Hi there. Welcome to the latest webisode of Big Frog Shop Local All the Way series. Today we are featuring our favorite owner from Big Frog of Bloomington, Kevin Mendel. But first, let me explain what Shop Local All the Way is. If you haven't already participated in your local Big Frog Store Shop Local campaign, here's the skinny. So what you need to do is go to bigfrog.com/shop local or use the QR code on the screen and nominate your favorite local small business. If you do that, they have the opportunity to win a $100 gift certificate from Big Frog for branded gear. So it's a great way to support your local businesses. As you know, some have been struggling through these COVID years and things are finally getting back to normal. So do what you can to support local. And as a bonus to you, if you nominate a local small business, you are eligible to receive a free t-shirt showing your support. As you can see behind me, you can choose from many designs, and your local Big Frog store, like Big Frog of Bloomington, will print that up for you. So please go ahead and nominate your favorite local small business, or nominate all of them, whatever you'd like to do, and help out your local community. All right. So I think I said everything that my producer wants me to say. So let's go ahead and bring Kevin Mendel in. Welcome, Kevin. Can you speak?
Yeah, I can, but I don't see it on the video. That's why I'm just wondering.
Oh, yep. Oh, you're there. I see.
Okay. Awesome.
Welcome. How are you today, Kevin?
Fabulous. Thanks for asking.
Good. It looks like it's cold up there.
It's beautiful up here. It's God's country. The sun is shining. It's a great day.
Okay, wonderful. All right. So, Kevin, I thought you could tell us a little bit about your Big Frog journey, about your business, what you love about it, what you specialize in.
So as far as the journey, so I was in corporate America for quite a while, a number of years. And after enough of that, I kind of got tired of the whole, the whole corporate America mentality, the start, stop, and really kind of decided on doing something else, and exploring a number of businesses. Just landed on Big Frog. I loved the culture. I loved the opportunity as far as running my own show. It was actually my wife that said, when we were talking about it, she said, "Gee, that sounds kind of fun," and it has been, and it's been a growth for the last 9 years. It's been wonderful. We started out with just full color digital direct to garment printing, and which is still kind of our staple that we have. There's no minimums with that. You can come in and get just 1 or 2 or 10 or 100 if you'd like, but very quickly increased to provide really every decorating technique. And so we'd like to think of ourselves right now as kind of that one stop. We haven't really found anything we can't decorate yet. It's just a matter of how we're going to do it. So we've got direct to garment, screen print, embroidery, vinyl, rhinestones, sublimation, really just kind of anything that, or everything that can hopefully answer whatever need the customer might have. So we never like to say no. We always just like to kind of fully understand what the customer wants, and kind of figure out what the best way or most cost-effective way to do what they want can be. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. Our brands range from American Apparel to Under Armour, from t-shirts to hats to jackets, and pretty much everything in between.
Okay. Well, I can't believe I heard the word rhinestone. You actually do rhinestone bling too?
We can do that as well. We don't get a lot of call for it, but we have done some cheerleading moms. We have done a dance studio, so that specifically says, "Hey, can you do this?" And some of the stuff turns out kind of neat. We did one design that was actually a direct to garment with a rhinestone insert, and that came out kind of cool too. It was for one of the local high schools.
Okay, cool. A lot of stores won't do that, so you're definitely a great Big Frog for doing that for your customer base. So
well, like I said, we try and find a way to say yes to whatever the customer might need.
Excellent. So I thought we could chat a little bit about, I know during during the pandemic and over the last couple of years, you've really, and before that, really, you focused on your local community. I thought you could share with us what you've been doing to give back and how you've impacted your local community.
Yeah, I think that was one of the nice things about having a small business and about being local. And we've lived in Bloomington, our family, for 20 plus years, and so we were very involved in the community, whether it's through volunteering or the high school, the booster clubs, and just all of that stuff. And so, getting your own small local business really allowed a little bit more of a give back. And as schools come in, as the local high schools come in, I don't think we've ever said no to a school for an ad or a sponsorship or something like that. And so it's, because being in the booster clubs and being in that area, nonprofits, but they require a lot of donations and, just to keep running. I had two boys that played hockey, and hockey's a very expensive sport, and the booster club can only fund so much, and the kids can only fund so much. So as those opportunities came along from the high schools, and it's far reaching for the high schools, into some of the neighboring local communities as well, we do the best we can to try and give something to all of them, because we know that it can be a challenge. So that's one way. During the pandemic, one of the things that we did, because obviously we were closed here, just like a number of businesses, we fired up a community web store. And what we asked, from our customers and doing social media posts is, give us your favorite business, and we'll reach out to that business and see if they want to participate in this web store. And essentially what it was is, we had the link for the web store with a number of different businesses on there. And as those businesses would share this out with their social media, they would, at that point, we would sell the t-shirts with their brand on it, and that business made or got all the proceeds from that sale. And so we were able to donate, I think we had 20 plus different businesses on the store, and we gave back about almost $4,000 back to those local businesses.
Wow.
To hopefully help, keep them going. And it was restaurants and retail stores, and there were a couple of dance studios, and we had a car detailing shop in there. So, we were able to give back, as best we could back to those businesses, and hopefully, kept some of them going. And then the other thing we did is, obviously, as more people got laid off and lost their jobs and struggled a little bit more, we put together a number of different designs, some funny, some supportive. Support your local brewery. We did a buffalo plaid kind of shirt. We did some sports themed shirts, and we probably had 20 or 30 different designs on this community web store. And we posted that out on social media as well. And the proceeds for that went to Veep. And Veep is and I know you might not know what it is, but Veep is one of the largest food shelves up here. And they're based here in Bloomington as well. They have a very large presence in Bloomington, and they serve the larger counties. And we gave back a lot of money back to Veep from the sales of those community sites as well. So, just a couple of ways that we, hopefully helped a little bit with business and with the people that were struggling a little bit.
Wow, that's excellent. Are you running any fundraisers at the moment?
Not at this time. I mean, we've got a lot of fundraising web stores that are up, for a variety of different nonprofits that supported a number of different causes. So that's where our give back is now. And a lot of them also have fundraising built into them. So, at the end of the web store, or at the end of the month or the quarter, whatever it is, we basically just write them a check back for whatever the proceeds are.
Excellent. Well, that's really great. So the other thing I had heard from our producers, so official, is that you had a shout out you wanted to make towards a local business.
I do have. So it's after I said that, it's like, boy, it's going to be really hard to pinpoint just one business, because we support so many. And if I go through just our business, list or a business database in our point of sale, and the number of local businesses and small businesses that we have done apparel for, there really wasn't any way to just pick one. And so after I said that, I went, okay, I really can't do it. And so essentially what probably more of a message that I'd want to give, and I did this on another kind of a local webinar that we did with a brewery, is, you may not need custom apparel. You may not go eat Italian. You may not need a car detailing. You might not, whatever. I mean, you might not need any of the services, but if there are small businesses that you want to support, the best thing that you can really do is just, when you do decide you need something, shop local. Go on don't just automatically go to Amazon and see if you can find it.
Absolutely.
Check your local area just to see, is there anybody here that offers that? So that'd be number one. And number two, if there's a favorite small business that that you like, or that you have, or that you frequent, like their posts, love their posts, share their posts. Those kinds of things really help bring that local business or that small business up to the forefront as people start to search for it. Now that could be anything. It could be your favorite hardware store. But those are two really big things that anybody can do to help with the local and the small business. So as much as I'd like to give a shout out to one, I don't want to alienate anybody. So that's the best thing that I can say is just find your favorite small business, the ones that you frequent, and share their whatever they have for posts, and follow them, and just all of those things that you can do that Google and Facebook and all the social media and ad sites will look at to say, hey, this seems to be a pretty popular business. And so that helps them in their rankings as people search for that specific product or need.
Absolutely. Leave a Google review. That goes a long way.
Yes, that too. Yep.
Yep. I agree with you. I make myself get off the couch on the weekends and actually go shopping instead of using Amazon. That's been my commitment.
That's awesome. I hope a lot more people do that. So
we should. It's good. It's good for our weight too. Stay active. All right. So we have one of your favorite customers on with us today as well. So Jason. Hi, Jason.
Hey, how's everyone doing?
Great. So Jason is the local owner of College Hunks Hauling Junk, also a franchise. Welcome aboard.
Yeah, it's great to be here and listening to Kevin. He has helped us out quite a bit, and I see all of his posts on the shop local. And actually, the piece of apparel I'm wearing right now, one of our core values is always branding, and Kevin makes sure that we are always branding with our corporate apparel needs. And I know he's a great place I can go to make sure we're looking good.
Good job, Kevin.
Thanks, Jason. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
So, Jason, I thought you could tell us about your journey into College Hunks and what you love about it, why it enticed you into their system.
Yeah, absolutely. As you mentioned, College Hunks is a franchise. We opened our location in April of 2019, so almost been open 3 years, coming up on a 3-year anniversary. I did a bunch of different things prior to this. I was in the Army 6 years after college. I actually spent about 4 years in a custom apparel startup. So I know a little bit about and kind of the business on that side. And then the 10 years prior to joining College Hunks, I was actually a high school teacher and a high school football coach, and I thought that's what I was going to be doing for the rest of my days. But with a relatively young family, made some decisions on a change, and I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. But I started looking at different business opportunities, and College Hunks was presented to me. And for me, it was really, the more I learned about the company, the more I learned about its values, the more I learned about its culture, it was really obviously a great fit for us. College Hunks, our mission is to move the world. And when we say that, we want to have a positive impact on our hunks, a positive impact on our clients, and a positive impact on our community. We offer more than just junk hauling. So we do full service junk hauling. We do full service moving as well, move labor. So uploading or downloading pods or trucks or whatever someone might have. And then we try to donate as many items as we haul as well. So Those are kind of the services that we offer, and we're in Eden Prairie, and we kind of service the Southwest Metro and into parts of Minneapolis and a little bit of St. Paul as well. But for me, it was really the company mission. It is making a positive impact on, like I said, on our Hunks, on our clients, and on our community was what really, really drew me in.
Excellent. Well, I knew you had donated a lot of the stuff you haul. Are there specific charities you guys donate to, or do you just kind of centralize it and then the franchisor distributes? I just was curious how that works.
No, that's a great question. We work with some of the nationally recognized partners, which would be like Goodwill, Salvation Army, and some of those. But we have some fantastic local partnerships that we work with here locally. One of the ones that we do a lot of work with is a company called Bridging, nonprofit. They've been around for 30 years. They have an amazing mission where they donate household goods and furniture to people who are coming off the streets after being homeless.
Oh, wow.
And we do a ton of work with those folks. They're awesome to work with, and knowing that they're part of that mission. And it's really important to our clients as well. So many people don't want their things to be just thrown in a landfill or dump or wherever it might go. And so knowing that we can repurpose those items, knowing that someone else can benefit from that is huge, and our clients really, really appreciate that service. And it's something we work really hard to do at our location. We're constantly bringing stuff back to our warehouse and downloading it and figuring out, what can go to this location, what can go to that location, and then getting it to those spots. So it's fulfilling, and definitely one of the things that brought me into College Hunks for sure.
Oh, that's great. That's got to be really heartwarming to know you're making such a big difference.
Absolutely.
Great. So I know we had asked you a bunch of questions and you have a bunch of answers for us, but I thought maybe you could share what I asked Kevin, same thing. Besides, donating back to your favorite charities, do you interact with the community in other ways?
We do a couple other things we do on that, in accordance with our mission to move the world. We're partnered as a franchise with a company called U.S. Hunger. So for every single job we complete, we donate 2 meals to U.S. Hunger. So in 2021, our location alone was responsible for over 4,000 meals donated. And across the whole system, we've donated over 2 million meals since that partnership has occurred. And some other things that we've done locally here as well. College Hunks, during the heart of the pandemic, when there were lots of lockdowns, domestic abuse became even more of an issue because people couldn't necessarily get away from the situation that they were in. And so College Hunks decided we were going to offer free moves for women that were stuck in those situations. And our office participated in a handful of those moves as well. So you're making a really positive impact on someone's life in a very difficult situation. Kind of like Kevin, we definitely want to help out our local, being a former football coach, we're looking to sponsor local teams and have participated in those kind of programs quite a bit as well. And then we partnered with both the Lake Minnetonka Triathlon and the Hopkins Triathlon, and I guess you could say we're the official movers for those events. So we provide truck power and hunk power to help them move around the different race day items and get things set up before and after the race and those kinds of things.
That's great. So you do a lot with the community.
Yeah.
I will say, I think I met Jason at the 1 million cups, wasn't it?
Yes.
And I think it was right after he got out of the Army. And just so when we go around the room and introduce ourselves and what we do, so well versed, so well spoken, looking for, kind of like what he wanted to do. And I set up some time with him afterwards, and you could just tell by talking with Jason that he was going to be very successful in whatever he decided he was going to do, just because he's got that such a great mentality about just himself and what he can do. And so it doesn't surprise me, A, the fact that he's successful, and B, the amount of community involvement that he has.
That's excellent.
Kevin, not to turn this into a total love fest, but I want to give some love back to you, because it's really interesting you mentioned that meeting, because we hadn't officially opened our doors yet. And so, when you're that new franchisee and you've got the playbook, but you don't have any place to run the plays out of yet, you're excited and you're very nervous. And it was really nice to see Kevin, someone that was further down the road in his journey than I was, who had been very, very successful. You could tell he was very plugged into the community, plugged into the local businesses, plugged into his clients, and seeing his success and seeing his passion for what he was doing was really energizing for me, because you want to believe you can make it, and you've got the plan that you're going to make it, but you don't know until you roll the dice and get out there. And we set up a meeting, and he gave me some great guidance. And he's been someone that I've looked to, and I see his posts online. I see the success of his business, and it was motivating for me and ensuring for me that if you believe in what you're doing and you show up every day with a positive attitude, good things can happen. So, Kevin, and that's 100% truth. You were early on in my journey. You were someone that I looked at and said, that motivates me. And someday I hope that my business is someone in a position like Kevin. So I appreciate your time and what you've been able to help me out with since we've opened.
Well, I appreciate that.
All right. I love you both. This was very
This is clearly the epitome of Minnesota nice right here.
Exactly. And the long goodbye will be at the end.
Yeah, the long goodbye.
So Jason, I also wanted to chat with you about marketing, since I'm hoping that other local small businesses are watching this. I thought you might have some tips and tricks for our other business owners out there.
Sure. And we really try to take a multi-pronged kind of approach to our marketing. A large portion of our spend is on pay-per-click, to make sure you're at the top of the Google lists. So we spend a lot of effort there. But some things we do locally here, we're really big on guerrilla marketing. So when our trucks are out and about doing different jobs, we try to get signs out for every single job we do to try to raise that brand awareness. We're also doing door hangers in and around the areas that we're doing jobs that, again, raise that brand awareness, and maybe someone has that need. And then the other thing we do with every single job we complete, we have a thank you card that we give clients that has a QR code there that takes them directly to our review page. Trying to, eliminate as many barriers as possible so they can get right there and leave a review if they feel like we've earned it. Because, especially in our industry, the only really way you can compare one mover to another is, what are other people saying about the movers? Right. We actually incentivize our crews for every 5-star review they get a little bonus for that, to make sure that we're providing that client with that stress-free experience, which is always our goal. And now we're finding, I think right now we have 250 reviews with a 5-star average. And we're finding so frequently that when people reach out to us, frequently they'll say that one of the reasons I'm selecting you guys is because of what I'm seeing online and what your, past clients have said. But we really try to take that kind of multi-pronged approach, knowing that the more our logo can be out there, when people then go to search for us online, there's hopefully that little bit of familiarity. And then if you can back it up with the positive reviews, that you're putting your best foot forward. So that's what we're always trying to do.
Now, do you ever drive around on the weekend and find the junkiest houses and leave your business card? Trust me, you need us. Your HOA is going to yell at you.
I haven't done that, but I will not lie. I definitely, I've got door hangers in my car. So if I'm driving through a neighborhood and I see a for sale sign, I'll stop my car and run up there and throw a door hanger on their front door because I'm sure they're going to need moving services sooner than later. So that's one thing we definitely do. Another thing that we do is we try to get our trucks out in the community as well. So we'll go to busy intersections at rush hour times and pull our trucks up to those intersections so we can be seen. Again, it's just a brand awareness thing. Our trucks are orange and green and they stand out for better or for worse. So they're easy to see. That's for sure.
Never miss an opportunity.
No.
That's right.
Here's my last tip. You find those yard sales that have too much crap and you just leave your card with them. So you will be needing my services. So.
That's a good idea.
Excellent. So I thought, and maybe you both could address this as a small business owner, both of you are very, very successful. What do you think is the one key or maybe two keys to your success? And Kevin, I'm springing this on you, but I'm assuming you have an answer.
I'm sure I could come up with one. Absolutely.
I think for us, there's no doubt our success is due to our hunks, and we really put a premium on hiring positive people that understand they're in the service industry, that understand people list moving as the third most stressful thing you go through your life, only preceded by death and divorce. And by the way, those life events typically trigger the need for a move. And so we really try to find people that can empathize with our clients, understand that they're in a situation that could be very stressful, understand that they're providing a service that our clients likely can't provide for themselves. and get them to understand our mission to move the world. And I found that you bring on the right people and you give them that purpose and direction, they go out and do great things. And so, they're the ones that are, I tell them all the time, you're the ones that are out there earning the 5-star reviews. You're the ones that are out there, in that moment of truth when we show up to a house, letting that client know, we know what we're doing. We're going to take care of your stuff. There's no need to be stressed out. We got you covered. It really comes down to the hunks that are out on the trucks, performing the jobs on a daily basis. There's no other larger factor than that for us.
And I had heard that you actually have an interesting like closing deal for new employees. You use your marketing plan.
One of the things we do with our employees, we have a 3-year vision that we create that our operations staff has created, and where we want to be 3 years down the road from now. And any prospective employee or current hunk, they see that vision and we talk about it. And I always tell our guys, if you enjoy this work, if this is stuff you like to do, as we grow, there's going to be a need for supervisors and managers and an opportunity for you to grow within our organization so that you can continue to level up. And maybe it's staying with us for multiple years and becoming a manager, or maybe it's learning the skills that you need to then make a transfer to another organization that allows you to move into a different spot, and have some upward mobility. So we are really invested heavily in our hunks, leadership training, life training, customer service, sales, and all those kinds of things. And I feel that's helped our retention immensely, and it's helped our recruiting as well.
Okay, that's I knew I heard something about that. Okay, thank you. All right, Kevin, did you come up with something?
Yeah. I mean, I had one that Jason already mentioned, which was your employee base.
Yeah.
You have to have a good employee base, and that starts with the hiring and the training and making sure that they've got the tools that they need to be successful. They're the face of your business. As much as, Jason and I or any small business might get out and network and they might fall in love with us, when they walk into the store, it's ultimately the employee that they're going to be interacting with the most. And so, that is probably the critical point. Number one is making sure, you've got good, nice employees. I mean, you can, in our business, we can pretty much teach people. A lot of them can learn on the job as far as how to do some very eloquent designs, but you can't teach people how to be nice. You can't teach people necessarily how to talk with a customer. And so that's probably first and foremost the thing that I look for, when we look at them, when we look at, what does the staff look like? So that's number one. But I think the second thing on top of all that is great, but the end result has got to be what you said you could do. And so the other thing that I will say the success has been, we tell customers, here's what we can do. Here's how we're going to do that. Here's how much it's going to be. And that's what we do. And we deliver on time. And there's so much that, we talk to people that I think I just posted a review that, one of our customers that was working with an online company, and they were going back and forth, and they were going to miss their timeline. And they came into us, and one of my designers took care of it, cleaned up the artwork. We got the shirts, we got everything on time. And I think we got it to them a day early. And that's kind of, it's really just telling the customer and setting the expectations with the customer. Right. And whatever those expectations are, or whatever you say, here's what we're going to do, you do that. And they're happy.
Absolutely. That's good. Great. That's great advice. And I agree. Team is everything, and definitely living up to your promise. So that's great. All right. Are there any final words or advice you guys want to give before we sign off?
I just want to say thank you very much for the opportunity, Kevin, for, thinking that I would be someone that might do okay in this forum. So I appreciate your confidence there.
You did great.
And then I appreciate the opportunity just to speak, about our business, but really about that idea of buying local and staying local. And I love what you're saying too about, don't just look on Amazon. There's lots of businesses locally there that can help you out, and you're helping them out. But I really appreciate the opportunity. The only other thing I'd just say is there are days that you wake up and you question lots of your decisions, but you gotta keep showing up with that positive attitude. And that's the biggest thing that I think that separates success from not being successful, because there's going to be pitfalls. There's going to be roadblocks, there's going to be those times when you ask yourself, are you kidding me? And you just got to keep going and try to stay as positive as you can. But I appreciate the opportunity. And thanks for being an inspiration for me as well there, Kevin. You definitely helped me through some of those mornings where I wake up and ask myself, what the heck am I doing?
Well, and I appreciate those words, and obviously the whole Shop Local campaign has been something that is probably more forefront now than ever, because the whole landscape has changed over the last couple of years, and I think more and more people, as they see some of their favorite businesses start to struggle, they're very much more in tune with, okay, how do we start to support this? And I think we see probably more of that going on. And so that's the only thing that I'll say is just continue to support those small and local businesses with whatever you might need. Now, you might not find everything you need, and so you got to go to some of the big box, but start local and start small first and see, what your own community can offer for you.
Absolutely. And remember, franchises are independently owned and operated. So Kevin and Jason both own their business and support their families with their businesses. So continue to support them, please. All right, that's all I have, guys. So thank you so much for being here. Again, if you want to support the Shop Local All the Way campaign, please go to bigfrog.com/shop local, where your favorite local business could win a $100 branding gift certificate. So please do that. And remember, you will also get a free t-shirt from your local Big Frog. So thank you for being here today. We'll be back in a couple weeks with some new local interviews. And thanks for shopping local, everyone.